Hello guys, this is Joyce from Enjoy Scrapping 2, and today I'll be making a card for Gerda Steiner Designs using this little fairy digital image. She's super cute. I already printed her out on Nina Solar White because I'll be doing some alcohol coloring on her, and I fussy cut her out. So she's going to be my focal image. I already created this background here using some of the Ken Oliver's color bursts, and I wanted them to be completely dry, so I made it in advance, but I will leave the link below to the video when I kind of play around with the powders, so you guys can check that out if you want. So I also have this black cardstock here that I cut using the large Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle. This is the largest size, and that will cover my entire A2 size card front. And this background was also cut using the stitched rectangle, but that's My Favorite Things stitched rectangle die. And then I'm going to start the coloring of the fairy using my Shinhan Touch alcohol markers. And I'll be doing some simple coloring today. And I have this little bit of like a potato brown, that's what it's called, and this light color here. And I'm using two colors for her skin. I felt that the first color that I chose out was too light, so I chose out another color. And here I'm kind of doing the tip to tip method. This is a great method if you don't have a lot of the colors, and you can create that medium color. So for the Shinhan Touch, I had to set it to 60, and I did purchase like a dozen more separately, but I don't have as much color palette as I do with my Copics, so I like to do a lot of the tip-to-tip method using this marker. So here I kind of, I think the alcohol marker, this dark brown, kind of leaked a little, and I didn't realize that it was on my finger, so I touched the foot to color her hair, and so one of the foot is a little bit on the brown side. I did try to use the zero marker to try to remove some of the color, but I'll be covering it up with the dark color later on. So now I'm coloring her hair, and I like to start from my darkest and then move on to my lightest. I like to put where I want the darkest shadows to be with my darkest color, and then move on to the medium, and then fill it in with the light. This is just the way I prefer to color. A lot of people go from light to dark, but I like to color from dark to light, kind of opposite. And now I'm coloring her shoes red. I'll be coloring her dress red as well. And I have this darker red and a little bit lighter red. So this is a little bit lighter than the first color. And then I'm going to bring out a pink. And then again, I'll be doing the tip to tip method. That's when you have a really dark color and then you have this light color. You can do the tip to tip method to try to kind of make the medium color so that it blends better. So for this set of the Shinhan Touch, I have maybe like a 72, and so I don't have all the color palette, so I like to use a tip to tip method when I use these markers. So now that I have her colored, I'll be coloring in the star and the crown using this gel pen. This is a gold Signal gel pen. I really love this because it comes out really well, and so you can easily color a spot if I wanted to, just like I did for the star and the crown. And now I'm filling in the gaps of this background using the chip sapphire, because I want it to kind of make her look like she's kind of flying. So I'm putting some ATG on this black piece and attached it to my card base. And now I'm adding some adhesive on this part, and I'm adding a lot because the paper kind of warped a little bit when I was making the background with the Ken Oliver color bursts. So I'm going to start layering on the card. But before that, I'm going to put this random swirl set that I have, stamp set. And I'm using the same chip sapphire just to put it right there. Look like she's kind of flying. So now I'll be adding some accents here using the white Signal gel pen. And I'm just putting some highlights for her dress and some on her shoes. And then I'm going to randomly just put dots uh, on this black piece because I wanted to kind of make it look like a starry background. And I also put some on the swirl as well. Kind of, I wanted to make it look like she's flying. And I also stamped out the sentiment that says thinking of you. This is a watercolor cardstock. You can't see it from the camera, but I did put some colors on that watercolor cardstock as well. I put some pinks and some light blues. And then now I'm going to adhere this sparkling clear sequins. This is the Pretty Pink Posh sparkling clear sequins in 2 different sizes. So I'm just randomly just placing it here and there right around her. I love these clear sequins. And so I'll be using some glossy accents to adhere these down. I have this bottle with a little bit of the glossy accents left, and I want to kind of use it up before I want to put my new glossy accents into the fine liner tips. I think that'll make it a lot easier. But this tip is pretty small as well, but not as small as like a fine liner tip. So I'm just attaching the sequins. And I'm kind of pushing it down. I want it really stuck down well. And then I'll also be adding the glossy accents to the star of her wand. I'm just using this little pin to push it into those little corners of the stars. And so this basically finishes off my card for today. So all the supplies that I use will be linked in the descriptions below. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And I thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I hope to catch you guys next time. Thanks so much. Bye.